Did you miss me? Okay. Well, anywho, I'm kind of had a late dinner and gonna have my evening coffee, which of course is a breakfast blend. Nothing too heavy because I don't want to be laying in bed going, oh my God, I can't sleep. Right? How's that go again? Once is enough. So yeah, so I'm out having a smoke break with the gentleman Dwayne, who lives in the basement, who's working towards. Well, he's been with me now 3.5 months. Right, when he came to stay for a week back in February around my birthday. Well, fortunately, it kind of goes without saying, him and I are pretty compatible. I mean, it's doable. We see each other about 8 minutes a day, give or take 6 minutes, but it's fine. And it's like I said, having guys in the house. The guy who lived upstairs, who was 60, who separated from his wife because, it's just, well, something stupid. But anyways, he moved in with his son at the end of April, and he was with me 2.5 months. And, it had its place and its time, right? But Dwayne's been in the basement, and I think he's kind of semi-actively looking for a new apartment. He knows he's got a pretty good gig in the basement, and it's helping me out a little bit too, financially speaking. But anywho, we were just having a quick cigarette out back, and it's just a nice, cool, crisp evening here in mid-May, and there's a soft breeze blowing, and we just were chipping the light fandango. No. People have dirty minds. So we're just sitting there, having our cigarettes. And, I was saying, I've lived in Utah 2.5 years, and I've only been on a couple dates, legitimate dates, excluding all my hooker pals. But, right. And, he said to me, he says, well, I haven't been on a date in 5-6 years. So suddenly I just felt like this overwhelming sense of like relief, I mean, I talk with fellas, guys my age. And again, most everybody here is married because it's one of those states that if you're single, there must be something wrong with you, because of the predominance of the church and its teachings, and singlehood for people, in their adulthood is just like, weird and, unethical or something, but I don't know. I mean, hey, maybe my spouse died, or maybe I had a moment of clarity and killed her and buried her in the backyard, or did something a little more, less troublesome and divorced her or whatever. But no, it's just singlehood here in Utah is really frowned upon. Lake Tahoe, in case you were wondering. What does the shirt say? I can't. But yeah. So anyways, it's Sunday night, and all you guys who really, really know me well, I hate Sundays, man. Even when I was married with a family, I hate Sundays because tomorrow's work day and kids go to school and but being single on Sundays, man, it's even more complicated because, well, it's like, there isn't even anybody to kind of spend the day with. But yeah, that is the true story. It's just, we both agreed that, the serendipity, the taking, a chance encounter, he is in full agreement, and he just kind of elaborated on my thinking of like, we're not living in those times anymore of where you just happen to meet someone and be like, I've really enjoyed talking with you. Would you like to go get some coffee or something? Yeah, I'd love to. Okay. Let's meet over here at 3, we'll get our groceries home first. Or let's say she works there, you get off at 5. Cool, I can swing back by. You want me to pick you up, or did you want to, meet somewhere, or what sounds good? Yeah, well, here's my number, anyways, and just text me maybe, and we'll confirm it. And sure, yeah, I look forward to it. Things don't operate that way anymore. I mean, I was married for 28 years, right? In total, maybe 23, 22, 23, like, real together and content, but 28 total, right? I didn't meet my wife online. You know why? Because there was no internet. You know, it was a chance encounter. I was actually interested in a friend of hers, and I had her friend and another friend of hers' phone numbers. So I met two of her friends together at that time, and I called the one, of course, I was interested in, and I learned she was at this party, right? And I was like, wow, I got nothing to do tonight. It's Saturday night, and she said something about a party. So then I kind of networked and called the other girl, who I was less interested in, home phone, talked with her mom, and she said where the party was. And then I got the phone number of the young lady that was hosting the party, which turned out to one day be my future wife. So if you guys are just wondering how all that happened, yes, but totally chance encounter, totally a freak thing. And if I didn't, be bored that night and kind of push the envelope, I never would have met her probably, because we weren't running in the same circles at that point. But anyways, a little backstory, you're probably like, is he still talking? Oh, sorry. I want to pass this class. I better stay awake. But yeah, it was just a chance encounter, and things like that today. I find myself in those situations. Like occasionally, like I'll meet somebody just out of the blue, and we just strike up a pleasant conversation, and I don't see a wedding ring on the fourth finger of the left hand, and it's like okay, and we're just moving right along, and I know she's not a lesbian because I'm a lesbian, and I never saw her at any of the meetings. You funny. So I think, hey, maybe. So we just kind of roll with, say, a conversation. And I'll be like, well, Megan, can I get your number and give you a call sometime? And, maybe we could go out and do something, How's that sound? Oh, well, I have like a boyfriend, or I'm actually engaged, or, I, have menstrual issues 27 out of every 30 days. No, but right, there's usually just some kind of, okay, well, you can't knock a guy for trying. And, I don't do that, obviously, with every single woman I just strike up a conversation with, no. But, okay, but many more times than not, way back when, it would have gone differently. Hell, when I was married, it would have gone differently. I mean, when I was married, especially in my 20s, man, it was just like, oh, you're married? Forbidden fruit. I want some of that. Bite that apple. But true story, meeting women today on just a spur of the moment thing. And even though you have a nice platform of communication and whatnot, then you take that plunge and go that extra step. You like that? Remember, only once. 9 times out of 10, called strike 3. Just, oh. Yeah, okay. Sit down. So, you remember, thank God I thrive on rejection, but it's kind of nice to see that, Dwayne, who's 45 in the basement, he's, goatee, but, thick, shorn, short hair, and, a little shorter than me, and, totally different appearances and personalities. And he's telling me the same thing. And he's not the only one, There is a definitely a... You want to go inside? Here. Come on, kitty. Come on, man. Go get yourself some hamburger. I put it on the counter. Nope, that was not my roommate. That was my cat. But, hey, Matthias is people too. But he's doing well. Us redheads, we're swinging it low and keeping it to the left, and everything's okay. But it sure would be nice, as I sit here in this beautiful home, and the wisteria is growing in, and he was telling me how nice my yard looks and everything, and all this space. And I said, when I got this place, I kind of thought in the back of my mind, it is a little house for one person and a dog. Listen to me, one person and a cat. I was looking at this app the other day, and I was trying to figure out what kind of dog my cat was. Right. So, I'll tell you that in the next one. He's an interesting breed. But no, at the end of the day, kids, man, it sure would be nice to, have someone around. It would. But it would be the most nicest, right? If it was the right person, It's not a matter of just filling the bill per se, It's about the right person. And at the place where I'm at in my life now, sure I have a lot to offer, but I don't want to make any mistakes, I fell deeply in love with someone, and I thought we were going to have a future. And they meant a hell of a lot to me. But it turns out they didn't love me, and it didn't happen, which, can happen, but you can't be shameful because you love someone, and you had hopes of one day spending the rest of your life with them, not just getting into bed or having the trophy girlfriend or something. It just, but I didn't see the fact that she didn't really care about me at all. I guess I love the idea of, loving both of us. My love for her was so large that I guess I also misunderstood and made the love that she had for me, But I'm not angry at, that I fell in love with somebody. I'm just saddened that, I didn't see it, that she didn't really care about me. But I'm not the only motherfucker who's been in a position like that, and hey, somewhere there's a song in there, right? I'm sure there is. But at the end of the day, this is going on 12 minutes. It's a lot of rambling. I'm sure half of you, when you watch it, will be about the 5-minute mark going, right? But really, the optimism to meet somebody is waning. It's disappearing. And I think if that person was going to come along, I would have thought by now, after 2.5 years in Utah, something would have presented itself. And it still may. But I think it would take a unique circumstance. It would be probably someone who's not with the church, like me, who came in from out of town or out of state, like me, and they're just like, well, where I come from, women still need a guy, or are impressed by a gentleman, or someone that makes them laugh, or, right. But we'll see, guys. We'll see. And again, if you guys, whoever hears this out there has got someone that they love in their life, like I said, go look them dead in the eye and say, you know what, I love you. And give them a big hug and a kiss and look into their eyes and just say, I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad you're in my heart and in my life. And you make my life whole, And I'm better when you're around, and I feel a void when you're not. Right? I mean, if you really feel that way about someone, hey, and I once did. Actually, twice in my life I did. That's where it's at, man. It's not about just boning down or fucking around, It's the real deal. It's when it's love. Peace out. Good night.